And good evening to you. Welcome to another edition of Kearney Live. I'm Jim Dickerson along with Stacy Bratcher and Lynn Broughton. And we'll get to the news. There is a football game of some sort on Sunday. And the most important part of that, and we'll go to Lynn for the update, is Taylor Swift will make it to the game.
I hope not. No. Are you flying her in?
I'm not flying her in, but she is going to be there. She's going to be there.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so excited. I was worried for a little while, but I'm okay now. But
because there was a chance she wasn't.
I know.
There was a chance.
So they were going to postpone the game till Monday. And
would that
Monday.
be funny?
Could you imagine?
All these employees will be very happy in this area to hear that. In schools.
Yeah.
Right?
The game will now be on Monday. But along those lines, but different, at the chamber lunch today, for those of you who were there, you already know, but they had a really good speaker.
Mm-hmm.
Someone in the room is in charge of that. Brian? Not
Good
you?
job, Brian.
Oh, well done. So Brian had a really good speaker come in. They were talking about the upcoming FIFA event, but we did learn some things today about how that's coming. That's in 2026. Is that
the
right?
World Cup, yes.
Shows you how much I was paying attention.
Yeah, right.
But the interesting thing, and I think we're allowed to say it, is they found out what, Stacy?
Well, they presented a lot of information.
Stacy wasn't paying attention
I don't know
either.
which thing
Where the
you're
games are
going
gonna be
for.
played.
Didn't they add a couple of games?
Oh yeah, we got
I didn't know
4
that.
games
They added some
plus the quarterfinals
knockout.
plus we have 6.
We have 6
We have
now.
6
We were
total.
supposed to have 4. We have 6.
We have 6. So we have 4 games, a quarterfinal, and something else.
These soccer
But
fans are probably banging
we
their
got
heads
6
on the
So,
radio.
There of all let's say what there's 20 locations. I know that's wrong, but let's say there's 20 locations. The top 5 location with the most games, Kansas City is like number 5, and then there's Las Vegas, New York, all the big. So we're competing with the big dogs. It is really, really exciting.
Well, we are a big dog around here. I mean, come on.
Bulldog.
We're bulldogs.
No, that's going to be
Wolves.
great. That's going to be great for the area. People, you were saying, I mean, I don't really, until you witness it, right? I mean, I think you're going to have a lot of people coming from all over.
Oh, yes. I mean, well, so you think about, we have Super Bowl coming up, right? And all of the people, before we came on air, we were talking about all the people who were going to be attending and how everybody's trying to get a flight into Vegas and how hard it is at this point and all of those things. Well, imagine that times 100.
International.
For the World Cup. And Kansas City is basically going to be the hub of World Cup because all of the other cities that have been awarded games are within 3 hours of Kansas City.
That's neat.
So it'll be really easy for people to come in and out to all of the games. But it's you got me. I'm really excited about what World Cup means to our community, and it's really interesting.
Brian would like you to explain again how the...
Sorry, I should sit on my hands.
No, it is exciting.
It is very
we've,
exciting.
We've got that coming up. In the other news of, there we are. Hi. Brian's laughing so hard he can't even run the cameras right.
Yeah.
In other news, play stupid games. Got to do it right. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Okay.
K9 Duke.
Woo! Yeah.
Eradicated a criminal the other day. You can read more about it on
Oh,
1027KMO.com. And congratulations to him for, what is it, noon feeding or whatever it was. But I will say the Kearney Police Department and their canine unit seems to be in the news a lot. They get a lot of work.
Yes.
And they do a lot of good stuff.
Yeah,
So
they help out a lot of other departments that don't have units.
But Canine Duke, if you want to read about it,
Go Duke.
was... so I think the caption was, and I can't read it, or I can't, it's in here somewhere, and I don't have time to sit and read it, but basically, wasn't it a race? If you think you can outrun Duke, would you make it?
We'll win, yeah.
And they did.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
So that is the top news stories of the day. The important thing to think about is, would either of you like give me money and let me spend it for you?
Depends.
I don't know.
I'd let you invest it for me.
Invest
I wouldn't
it?
let you spend it.
Ooh, investing it?
Yeah, yeah.
But the government takes your money. Do they invest it
Oh,
wisely?
don't get me started on the government. And my
We're
money.
going to get her started here coming up in just a minute. We're going to talk about how the government uses your money because tax time's coming up. So let's find out what you're paying for.
Explore a place to visit. Explore knowledge. Explore fun. Explore relaxation. Explore adventure. Explore a hometown. Explore Kearney, Missouri.
And welcome back to Kearney Live. Every year we talk about government spending and wasteful government spending at that. The thing is, you would think time over time it would get better when actually year over year it gets worse. Everybody remembers back in the 70s when people would talk about the $10,000 toilet, the $43,000 hammer, the $13,000 screw, and you would think, stop. You would think that it would get better, but listen to what Rand Paul says is going on currently.
But I can give you, on the tip of my hand, ridiculous stuff that should have 100% cut, but is never cut and goes on and on. In the early 1970s, William Proxmire, a conservative Democrat, pointed out that the National Science Foundation was spending $50,000 to study what makes people fall in love. Now, that's a better, I think, topic for Cosmopolitan magazine than it is for a government study. Nowadays, it's gone up. We spent $1 million having young people take selfies of themselves while smiling and then looking at it later in the day to see if looking at pictures of yourself smiling makes you a happier person. That cost you $1 million. We spent $1.5 million studying the mating call of the Panamanian frog to see if the mating call of the country frogs was different than the city frogs. We spent nearly $1 million studying the Japanese quail to see if they're more sexually promiscuous when they're on cocaine. I think we could have just polled the audience on that one. This is the kind of ridiculous stuff, but does it get better? I complain about this every year and all the time, and everybody shakes their head and says, no way, why are we doing that? The National Science Foundation, we increased their budget 50% last year. People said, oh, we have to compete with China, so let's give the National Science Foundation more money. We've almost increased our budget by 50%. The people are studying why you go on dates, why you're happy, why the male frogs, what their mating call is. This is the craziness, but it never gets better because we always spend more money.
So that obviously is just a little snippet of what your money goes to. One of the things that comes up year over year is that our national deficit gets larger and larger.
Yeah.
The fact is, though, the population also gets larger and larger, and the amount of people that are paying into government is more and more. However, city, state, and government budgets tend to get bigger and bigger. The problem is there's so much waste in all of these budgets, and we've talked a little bit about this before. The original concept of why taxes were put into place was defense of the country. So it was kind of made to do the military, and then you had to pay the government employees. But we've now gotten to a thing where we're funding everything.
Right.
I'm beginning to wonder, I'll ask either one of you, whoever wants to jump in, it seems like more and more people are becoming a little more irritated because they're starting to hear more and more about what their money is going to. And now it's not just as he was talking about frogs and quail or whatever it was.
But $1 selfies.
It's starting to be things that people are really objectionable to, money to Ukraine. And then I think there's another $60 billion out there for Ukraine. And the big question is, that could have been used here in the United States to go to things here. Why are we always, what other country gives us money?
Right.
Just randomly gives us money.
Zero.
But yet we,
I would say zero.
We are constantly giving money away to support this, that, and the other. So at what point, I mean.
We've kind of always done that though,
right?
Right,
but it's weird because you have no control over it. So you're like, here's my money and go spend it. And they're spending it on things that, quite frankly, I don't care about the quail. I don't care if, well, that's not true. I do care about quail. I don't care about their mating call. I don't care about how you feel after you take a selfie of yourself. Why are we wasting money on that stuff? And when do we stop?
That's a great point. And like you said, we've been talking about this for decades, but I don't think anybody really knows how to stop it. I mean, even Rand Paul can't stop it. He's tried every year and he can't stop it. He had, right before that clip, another thing he said that I thought was absolutely genius. Just cut everything, 1% across the board. Everything gets cut, 1%. After, I think he said 5 years of doing that, we should be about broken even with a balanced budget. But that triggered something for me. I'm like, wait a minute. All of our states, with the exception of Vermont, I believe, every single state of the United States operates off a balanced budget. Why doesn't the federal government, if the states can do it? I just think that's very, very interesting.
Well, and that brings up a good point. You talk about the federal deficit. I guess part of it is, how do you stop it? It would be interesting if whoever the deficit's to called the note.
Right. Right.
So there's that. But
how do you stop it? That is a great question.
Well, I will tell you how you stop it, but it's not going to make anybody happy.
Well, and that's part of the problem, right? Politicians trying to make people happy, but
That's
then
right.
when people aren't happy, we just kind of
Make their donors and
But
constituents
you have
happy.
to. So, and I talked about this when I used to do stuff with city budget. We had little earmarks in the budget to things that affect 8 people, but because you didn't want to make that part of your your people. I never could say that.
Constituents.
I try to say that, and it reminds me of old brother.
Where art thou?
yeah, right.
Ain't got a constituency.
yeah.
And now I can't say it right, but anyway, you can't make that part of your voting public mad, right? So you've got to fund it, and the problem is we end up funding all this weird stuff. If we eliminated all that, then we'd have a balanced budget, no problem. The other thing is we're giving money to places that I don't think we should be, but we continue to underpay our military. We're
not taking care of things at home.
Exactly.
Veterans that are here.
Yeah.
Right. We don't take care of our veterans. I've long said that veterans health care for things
It's horrible.
things that where veterans are injured, they should want for nothing from then
Absolutely.
on. You
Yeah.
you see, there's the one project, the Tunnel to Towers. There's the Wounded Warrior Project.
Mm-hmm.
Although those are great organizations, technically they shouldn't even need to exist because our government should take care of those people
Right.
because of what they did for us. So they go out and do that for us, and then we're like, well, good luck, thank you, you're on your own. That's where our money should be going, not
absolutely.
to all this other silly stuff that it is. The other way around it, and our government people, I know that watch the show. I'm not going to name any names.
We
I don't
do
wanna-
have a few.
I don't want to dime
Hi.
you out, but get rid of, I know it would take forever, and I've had this conversation with legislators before. It would take forever. I get it, but it eliminates the problem. Have you ever watched and they'll say, so-and-so voted for this, and it's the most ridiculous thing, and you're like, why would they vote for that? Well, the reason was it was item number 73 tagged onto some bill,
Right.
and we needed this part,
Right.
and the
Yep.
only way you could get this part was vote for saving the spotted owl or
Yeah.
whatever the case may be. What I think we should go back to is, and this is going way back before they started
by
doing
line.
that, line by line. Every bill is a standalone bill. You vote for that bill and that bill only, and then your name goes on it, and there's no question about it. If you wanted to send $10 million to the Save the Spotted Owl Society, there's your name.
Well, wasn't
or
that-
I'm sorry, the mating call of the frog.
But wasn't that like the border bill that's going on right now, that there was a bill and now the Republicans came back with another bill, but part of that bill had something to do with Ukraine.
That's
It has
the thing.
nothing to do with, but like you said, if to get your portion, like something done at the border, you got to vote yes on the whole bill, which then that sends so much money to a different country that how's that affecting the border?
And that's the
Right.
problem, because you're trying
Just
to
like
put
you
two
said.
things
Right,
together.
exactly.
So
So-
if you had a standalone bill, if you want to have a border bill, it is the border bill. There's nothing else in it. The other problem is, I don't know if you've ever seen these bills. I
I
highly
was just gonna
encourage.
say.
They're available online. I highly encourage go read a bill. Number one, you need to take a vacation day because
Right.
it will take you forever to get through
Someone
it. Number
to
two,
interpret.
that was what I was
interpret the
going to
bill.
say. Number
Yeah,
two,
the
when you read
legalese.
it, you won't understand 80% of it because you're thinking, what is this? Now, here's the sad part, and you even hear legislators say this. They don't understand it either, and yet they vote for it.
Right.
Because they know they want this.
There's something in there that's going
Right.
to help somebody that they're
Right.
representing.
And that right there is why it is so important for us to tell our legislators what we do and don't want, what we do and don't approve, because so many times they don't know what something is. They can't know everything, and so they rely on us to tell them what's important to us. And so if they only hear from the proponents against the bill, then that might end up being the way that it goes, because the rest of us sat here being lazy.
But I also think there's a large contingent of, so we've talked about elections, right? They become popularity contests,
Yeah.
not anything else. And the other thing is there are a large number of elected officials, I feel like, once they get in office, they no longer represent the people of which they're supposed to represent. They kind of go on their own little tangent.
Right.
Yeah.
Because now they're in there.
Yeah,
Right.
Not all, but a
So,
lot. Yeah.
you know, I guess what you could do is you could, maybe they should
Oh, no.
We could place bets on each
place
of them.
bets or
Place
something.
bets.
Yeah.
That might be the easiest
Would
way.
that be
Could
a
be
thing
fun.
to do?
That could be a way to raise money.
Did you know that there are prop bets for the Super Bowl? We're going to work on some of our prop bets for the Super
boy.
Bowl after the break for entertainment purposes only. I got to make sure I say that.
Migraine headaches, the throbbing in your temples, the pounding in your forehead, extreme sensitivity to light and sound. Your neck feels so tight it could snap off. Oh, the debilitating pain.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mark Strathman with Kearney Family Chiropractic Center, and I've been practicing chiropractic health in Kearney for over 22 years. When you come to see me, I identify what's wrong and determine if I can help you. If I can, I create your personalized plan for relief.
When you have pain, you can make an appointment by calling 816-628-6738. Or you can visit the office at 301 South Platte Clay Way, Suite B in Kearney. Kearney Family Chiropractic Center. Heal yourself.
More reliable power means more of what you love. You expect your lights and appliances to turn on at the flip of a switch, and so does Platte Clay Electric Cooperative. That's why Platte Clay is working hard to make power more reliable in the Northland. We exist for one purpose: to empower communities and energize life with safe and reliable energy. To learn more about their plan to reduce outages across the Northland, visit www.pcec.coop/reliability. Platte Clay Electric Cooperative.
Simplify your banking, simplify your life. It's easy with Kearney Trust Company. Kearney Trust goes beyond convenient locations and good customer care to offer banking services that make managing your finances quicker and easier than ever before. Kearney Trust Company is your partner for success with 2 convenient locations in Kearney at 310 West 92 Highway and 701 Watson Drive in Price Chopper. The phone is 816-628-6666. Kearney Trust Company. Banking you can trust. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Kearney Live. As you know, Sunday, your Kansas City Chiefs play the San Francisco 49ers in the Super Bowl. If you don't know that, it's happening Sunday at, I think, 2, 3. I'm always messed up on the Central.
Pre-game starts at 2.
Yeah, like 9.
And the physical game will start around 10:30.
Right, exactly. It could be moved to Monday, though.
It
could be.
We heard earlier.
I'm gonna while he's talking, I'm gonna see where Taylor is.
Yeah, right.
I'll get back with
There
you.
you go.
It's like the Santa thing.
Yeah, exactly.
NORAD, yeah.
Is there gonna be a Taylor tracker? Are we gonna carry?
Oh, that's crazy. But anyways, did you know that you can place bets on many different areas of the game?
Wow.
Watch this Odd Shark video for an explanation.
Considering the Super Bowl is the biggest game of the year, it is certainly treated as such by the sportsbook, since there is no shortage of things you can bet on thanks to game props. And the best thing about props is that they're for everyone, from novice bettors who maybe only bet on Super Bowl Sunday, to the sharpest pros and everyone in between. Everybody loves a prop bet, especially for the Super Bowl. So what can you bet on? What props are out there? Well, there's tons. This is supposed to be a short video, so I don't really have time to mention them all, but here are some good ones. First score method is always popular, so that just means touchdown, field goal, or, quote, any other method, which, of course, would be safety, unless the NFL plans on introducing the Rouge. You can bet on first drive results, which would offer punt, offensive touchdown, field goal attempt, or turnover. You can bet on things like, will the combined score of both teams be an even or odd number, or will any quarter be scoreless, or which half will be the highest scoring. Another popular one is the, quote, race to a certain number of points, like race to 10 points, race to 15, race to 20, and so on. If the team you bet on is the first to reach or eclipse that number, you'd win your bet. You can bet on the team to score last in the game. You can bet on if the team that scores first will win the game. You can bet on the first score of the game exact outcome, so betting on a team and scoring method, so Team X touchdown or Team Y field goal.
Folks, those are just a few things that this game that you can bet on. And I'm telling you, if I was a person that bet, I would be very confused and lost and probably forget what I bet on. So there's many different things that are out there, and I know people can bet every 5 minutes of the game's going on. There's new things they're throwing up that they can bet on at that time. And
Oh gosh.
if you don't get it, gambling is a huge moneymaker. It's a huge business in the sports entertainment
Can
field.
I ask a question?
Ask a question.
What does it cost? What, one bet?
You basically, again, there's dollar amounts you can put down, whatever you actually kind of feel, and then there's odds. there's odds, and it kind of tells you,
How much?
you know, if you put $10 on, let's say 100, 1 in 100, whatever, you can win like $100
Okay.
or whatever. I mean, then it goes up.
Can you do $1?
Yeah, you could do that.
Okay.
I'm sure, and I'm sure some places have a minimum.
You're not going to win.
Yeah, you're not going to win
I
much
didn't
with
know
$1.
I didn't know
But there's
how
many
much I had to
different-
put it. Like, is this
and-
only for rich people, or can
There was a guy that put down $110,000 on the Kansas City Chiefs winning, and he's basically, if he wins, I saw this, he's going to win $210,000. So he's basically just doubling his money. And you don't pay the money until you lose, you know, and that's what they call a bookie. They come looking for their money. But yeah, there's so many new things out there with the app game that people get. They get money built up on their app. It's a crazy business, and it's very.
How much money you got? are we?
I don't.
Are we?
I have to
So
pay it to
here's
the
where it's
federal
at.
government.
Are we? Good point. So, I'm not going to say it. I almost blurted it out. Save myself there. On this thing that you have that you're
Yes.
about to ask us about,
Yes.
are we betting? Are you the bookie?
Well, I know the guy that kind of runs the radio station, and he says there may be a prize for the winner,
Okay.
but I don't know. I'm not going to
Excellent.
say it's dollar amounts because this is, like I said,
If you have a
entertainment
gambling
purposes
Entertainment only.
Yeah, call the Missouri
1-800
hotline at whatever it is
bets
because.
off.
But anyways, they also come up with
Seriously
ideas,
do.
and we have these brackets right here, which is like a bidding form, and it's for a Super Bowl party. Brian just put it up on the screen. I found this, I printed it off. They're telling people to do this to make your game experience more exciting because a lot of people are going to get together to watch the game because it's
Right.
the Chiefs. So you can come up with your own questions if you want. You can also bring up Taylor if you want. But I know they're talking about there's not going to be much betting for her through the bookies or the
just
I
pure
don't, I'm
football.
sorry, the names of the places you bet with. But this thing, DraftKings and all that. I heard they're not doing the Taylor Swift thing because there was rumors will Travis propose to her? How many times will they show her during the game? You could bet
Right.
over and under.
Isn't that in here?
It's not in this one.
How many times they'll show
Yeah.
Taylor's
Okay,
in here?
what I want to do is we're going to go over these questions. I'm going to ask Stacy and Jim to give their answers, and then what's going to happen? They're going to give me their sheets.
Okay.
I'm going to take them and I'll tally up, and I'll let you know next week, Brian. I'll let you guys know next week who wins between the two.
I'm
So
so excited.
we have someone that kind of knows football. He knows football. He's one of the voices of the Kearney Bulldogs. And then we have Stacy.
Oh, thanks. And then we have Stacy.
No. Stacy probably knows. She probably knows.
Stacy will be like,
I did not have.
game,
No, let me
they
tell
kick
you.
an oblong ball.
Let me
through-
tell you, we do this with, like my family, we'll do like the NCAA bracket. We used to do that, a family thing. My wife would sit there and go, what's the color of that team and what's the color of that team? And I'll
Right.
say,
Yep.
And she would win the bracket
Yeah.
because
I've done a bracket
she would
that
pick
way
the
and won.
colors all the way out.
See,
Absolutely.
I did that for years, but I actually would look and say, okay, this is a 3 seed and this is a 16 seed.
Right,
and
right.
And I went through all that, and I was usually out in week 2.
Exactly.
I
right.
mean, I was out.
And then they're
immediately.
lying when they say there's like 200 some brackets still perfect
Yeah,
when you got
yeah.
all these upsets.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
no way.
So-
The only way that does work is exactly what you're saying.
Right.
Which one? They have pretty uniforms.
Right.
And
Pick
short,
that
short.
You
color
got to
and
pick it
that's
off the
how it works.
mascot.
Or the mascot
Yeah.
or whatever.
That
but-
one works.
So question number 1 on this sheet is, how long will it take Reba McEntire to sing the national anthem? And you get to pick one of the two, over 2 minutes or under 2 minutes. What do you think, Jim?
Who?
Reba McEntire. You don't know who Reba is?
Who's he?
She, the
Oh,
country singer.
Just kidding.
stop
I know
it.
who Reba McEntire is. The average, if I recall, the average national anthem is like 1:47.
Ooh, okay.
But
He's done some research.
well, you do flyovers. You got to know exactly when.
right, exactly. That's true. That's true.
But
Okay.
it's the Super Bowl, and we're going to draw this out, right?
Well, it's Reba.
And so you got to do the Rockets red glare, you know.
And what is the
I'm gonna
Chiefs thing
say
at the end?
home
of the Chiefs.
You're right,
Yeah.
Instead of
but
home of the Brave,
that
yeah.
doesn't do anything with the time.
You never know.
But we'll see. I'm going to say over 2 minutes, Lynn.
All right. So
I said over
you said
as
over
well.
too?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's Reba McEntire.
Okay.
It'll be over.
So you guys can determine what you think, and then you can time the national anthem, and they'll be telling you right after it I mean, because people win. So, number 2, who will win the opening coin toss? Chiefs, 49ers.
49ers.
I'm going to say Chiefs.
Okay.
We'll win the coin toss. And we will defer.
That's why I put the 49ers.
They will play defense
Because I knew
first.
even if we won it, we'd defer. See, I know a little something.
That doesn't make any sense.
Okay. It's okay.
that
It's
makes
okay.
no
I won't
sense.
even go there, but it's okay.
That's
but I gotta
why
know.
I decided what I was going to pick.
So how does that, what, if the 49ers win,
You say they're going to take the ball.
No, I said I picked the 49ers to win the opening
coin
coin
toss.
toss because I knew that even if the Chiefs won the coin toss, they would defer and it would end up with the 49ers.
So she's saying the 49ers will get the ball anyway.
but the
Yeah.
49ers are going to defer.
That's just how I decided to pick that one.
Just catch the ball.
Just catch the ball.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yes.
Okay. Will the opening kickoff be a touchback? Yes or no? Now that's interesting because now how they've moved everything, usually they are touchbacks.
They always are
What do you mean they
So-
moved everything?
Well, the kickoff is moved
moved up.
closer to the end
It's
zone.
always a
so,
touchback.
Yeah,
but
it's going to be.
will
a
it
touchback.
be?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you both say yes. Okay. Which team will score first? Chiefs, 49ers.
That's not the next question,
Nope.
sir.
I'm
You
sorry.
need to go in order, please.
What is the first play of the game? What will the first play of the game be? Run or pass?
It'll be a
Run.
Okay. Okay, then who's going to score first?
I think actually on this one, I wouldn't be surprised if the 49ers score first.
Yep.
You
that's
said
what I've got
49ers?
too. Yeah. Because here's my reasoning on that one. Because the Chiefs do better when the other team scores first. So I'm just going off of
Oh,
what
look
works
at-
best for the Chiefs.
See, and I'm gonna go kind of on the same thing. First of all, when the other team scores first, it puts my wife and I into panic mode. She starts running around in circles, going, "We're gonna lose." You know, there's still
whole game.
3.9 quarters
Yep.
left. But yeah, and so what I think will happen too. We'll see if this happens. Not only will the 49ers score first, they'll march down the field like nobody's business.
Like it's nothing.
And we'll all be in panic
So the
mode.
adjustments
Yeah,
haven't
Yep.
happened
and we'll
yet.
be like, oh,
Agreed.
man.
Yep.
Will the first touchdown scores number be over or under 22.5?
Over.
That's interesting because you got to think of the players out there on the
I
field.
think it'll be over because Kelsey's 87. Most of your wide receivers are 80s. So,
Yep. Well, and McCaffrey's 23.
right. And
So then
so,
Ayuk's 11.
yeah.
So
So,
you're thinking of-
I think it's going to be over 22.5.
Okay.
I had no idea what the hell that. Oh, sorry. what
Basically,
that question meant, so I said under.
their jersey number.
Oh, there's jersey. Well, just
it'd
say
be-
that.
See, that's the catch is the 22.5 because if it's 22, you lose. If you say over, or you say under, the 0.5, that's where they get you with the gambling thing.
Oh, brother.
So you're
And
saying
just
under.
so you know,
I
Stacey,
don't know.
nobody has a number of 22.5
Right.
in the NFL.
But I
Here's-
didn't take
here's
that
an-
as
I'm
it's a
interested to hear
jersey
you guys
number.
on
That
this
is not
one.
the way I read that.
Who will have more passing yards, Mahomes or Purdy?
Well,
that's
Mahomes.
Mahomes.
Duh.
You think, but his playoffs, very interesting. His playoffs have been like 150 to 200 something.
Well,
not like normal.
So here's the thing, and I
But
will
this
agree.
isn't
that
a
could be a
normal-
trick.
Purdy.
We're the underdogs.
Purdy traditionally, this is getting down in the weeds. Stacy will agree with me on this. Purdy traditionally is not a deep thrower. He's a short.
Right.
He's short passer. Mahomes, especially,
They're gonna take a shot.
especially lately, have been taking longer shots. Plus, you have with Mahomes, you have a lot of yak plays. You want to explain that?
Yards after.
Okay, I don't know what that is.
Yards after catch.
I was wrong.
So you get a
Yards
lot
after
with
catch.
even
Ladies?
with Kelsey, you might throw a 10-yard
Right.
route,
And
but
he's
he'll
gonna run
10
more.
20 more.
Right.
So probably more than you want to know. And
All
we're
right.
from the
Okay.
booth getting the move on.
More
sign.
receiving yards, Kelsey or Kittle?
Kelsey.
Yeah, they're both pretty good.
Kittle's pretty good.
That's gonna be interesting.
I'm gonna say
Kelsey.
Kittle, and here's why.
Okay.
And Brian's like, oh my gosh. They've been double teaming Kelsey a lot, which makes it harder to get the ball to him.
Right.
Kittle is usually not.
Right.
So he will have a few more yards. It'll be close, but I think Kittle.
Okay, I'm going to qualify my answer. Kelsey, assuming he catches the ball.
Yeah.
Oh!
Well, I did lie on this one. How many times will Taylor Swift be mentioned during the game? Over 6.5 or under 6.5?
Under. I think the
0.5.
NFL is getting the message.
I'm going to
don't know
say
about that.
over, and I'm going to say way over. And it also depends on Kelsey. If Kelsey has a real big
Well, that's
game,
true.
every
If he has a
single
good
time
game.
he touches the ball, we
Yeah.
have
Well,
to
and that's
talk about
bad
her.
because they're talking about
That's
mentioned.
true.
You know how many times they're just going to show a picture of her, but they're not going to mention her. So
Well,
that people are going to say, well, that's
all right.
it's not.
Okay.
But you know what I mean?
If
though?
her name
That's-
comes up on a graphic, is that a mention?
So betting
Good
is like
question. I don't
voting.
know.
You got to pay
Right.
attention to the words.
All right. First turnover of the game, interception or fumble?
Interception.
Fumble.
Okay.
Bumble!
First time out called by a
Jambalaya.
coach, Andy Reid or Kyle Shanahan?
Shanahan.
Andy
Randy
Reid.
Reid doesn't call timeouts.
Andy Reid, and it'll be because we're not set up.
Okay.
We have a problem with that from time to time. We'll have to burn a timeout to get situated.
Okay. Will there be 3 unanswered scores at any point?
Of course.
No.
Okay.
3 unanswered, no way. Not
Yes.
in this game.
Always.
Which team will score last?
Hopefully
Chiefs.
the Chiefs.
There you go. Who's going to be, okay, which position will the
This one's a
MVP
dumb
play,
question.
quarterback or other? It is not, because sometimes it's not who you think.
Yeah, 90% of the time.
The Super
I don't know
Bowl,
what the
too.
true stat is, but it's almost
Always
the
the quarterback.
Which, and I don't, honestly,
Yeah, I know.
I don't always agree with
Nope.
that. But in this case, it'll probably be the quarterback.
Because in most games, it probably should be Harrison Butker. Am I not right?
Right, right.
Well, yeah. You,
We-
you are
okay,
absolutely
I
correct.
know you guys are Chief fans, but which team will win the game?
Chiefs.
Okay.
Sure hope so.
I think,
but
okay.
everybody knows. I mean, I've said it here. I didn't think we'd beat Miami. I didn't think we'd beat Buffalo, and I didn't think we'd beat the Ravens, and we did.
Okay.
I was wrong.
Right.
And
3
we're set
times
up
in
as
a
the
row.
underdog this year, and the Chiefs love being the underdog.
Yeah.
My only fear is a week off, because you got all that momentum. Now you have a week off. You got all that media time, and San Francisco's not saying nothing. Where Baltimore and Buffalo kind of. There was a
they
little
were
pop
talking.
The thing,
stirring
the
going
thing
on.
I do like, though, is they both have an equal amount
Yes.
of time off. It's
Yes.
not like one
Right.
team had a bye and one didn't. So you know, and the other thing is, if you've ever been to a Super Bowl week,
Oh, it's crazy.
it is like no other.
crazy.
It's constant.
They gotta
Yes,
move
they
it.
practice, but it's event,
Right.
and you get tired. And then Brian, if you don't quit waving it,
Well, these last two, the last two that we have,
Last two.
I thought are really interesting because these are being talked about a lot, right?
Interesting.
Because I don't really know Usher. I'm sorry.
I don't
Usher
either.
is the main singer for the Super Bowl halftime show. I actually have stopped watching the halftime show. I'm sorry.
Yes.
But will Usher open the halftime show with the song "Yeah"?
I don't even
Yes
know
or
what that
no?
is.
I don't know what it is either, so I put no.
Okay, you said no. It's one of his favorite songs.
I
guess.
figured it was, so I figured
But
he'll
they
end
just
with
think
that.
they just think the crowd will start yelling, "Yeah!"
I
I've
don't
heard this
even-
thing being debated, and then I think this is a really interesting one. The last one, folks, the last one. Well, there's a tiebreaker, but how many guest singers will appear with Usher? Over 3.5,
It'll be-
under
it'll be-
3.5.
so
So
it'll
will
be-
Taylor Swift walk out on the stage?
Taylor
and
Swift
sing?
won't be
no,
out there,
she
but
won't.
there'll be 20 different
There's
singers
always
with him.
something like that.
And then they'll bring every person, the parking attendants, out on the field. There'll be 10,000 people out there running around. And I won't see any of it
Right.
because
Well,
that's when I
I said
do
under
other
because I
things.
figured Usher's ego would be too big
He
to
doesn't
have
need anybody
too
out
many
there with
people.
him.
So yeah.
So, like I said, folks, you can
We're not
make up
gonna
your
do
own
the bonus
questions.
question?
Well, I was going to say there is a bonus question tiebreaker. You guys will do it because you might end
I
up
did
tied.
it.
You never know. Tiebreakers, if needed, total number of combined points without going over.
Okay, got it.
What do you got?
I did 33.
Okay.
50.
Okay. Well, there were some Madden simulated games. They said the Chiefs were going to win 30-28, and then I saw another one that said they were going to lose 13-6.
Oh, interesting.
Those were two games that computers played. They do that stuff when the Super Bowl comes around. So I don't know.
So let me ask you
But
this.
anyways, I challenge you guys to do this if you're
Yeah,
going to get together. Hey,
that's
just
fun.
have fun with it.
We always have fun with it. And so the big question is, because I know Lynn is following this, after the Super Bowl is over.
That's right.
What do Taylor and Travis have to look forward to?
Valentine's Day.
Oh.
We all get to look forward to that. And you know what Valentine's Day means. We'll talk about it next on Kearney Live.
Simplify your banking, simplify your life. It's easy with Kearney Trust Company. Kearney Trust goes beyond convenient locations and good customer care to offer banking services that make managing your finances quicker and easier than ever before. Kearney Trust Company is your partner for success with 2 convenient locations in Kearney at 310 West 92 Highway and 701 Watson Drive in Price Chopper. The phone is 816-628-6666. Kearney Trust Company. Banking you can trust. Member FDIC.
You may have noticed your shoulder hurting, or maybe a kink in your neck. The culprit may be looking right at you. Your phone. Think about how you use it. Does that pain feel familiar to you?
Hi, I'm Dr. Mark Strathman with Kearney Family Chiropractic Center, and I've been practicing chiropractic health in Kearney for over 22 years. When you come to see me, I identify what's wrong and determine if I can help you. If I can, I create your personalized plan for relief.
When you have pain, you can make an appointment by calling 816-628-6738, or you can visit the office at 301 South Platte Clay Way, Suite B in Kearney. Kearney Family Chiropractic Center. Heal yourself.
Electric cooperatives are different. We have a sense of pride in our local community and support the people who live here. That's why Platte Clay Electric Cooperative supports local schools, takes an active role in economic development, and works hard to keep costs down for its members. We exist for one purpose, to empower communities and energize life with safe and reliable energy. To learn more about how Platte Clay Electric Cooperative is working to achieve that mission, visit www.pcec.coop. Platte Clay Electric Cooperative.
Welcome back to Kearney Live. Americans are expected to spend a record $14.2 billion on their significant others this Valentine's Day.
Each?
I think total.
And we just talked about taxes.
I know, right? Taxes and betting.
Yeah, right.
Oh, my.
I got to hit the bank.
Exactly.
On average, people could spend more than $185 each. Okay. So candy is projected to be the most popular gift category, followed by greeting cards, flowers, and evening out, jewelry, bling, clothing, and gift cards. They're also seeing continued interest in gifts of experience. So taking your loved one to the Super Bowl could be a gift of experience, with about a third of the consumers planning to do that this year. They say that about 53% of consumers expect to celebrate the holiday, which is up a whole 1% from last year. And among those aged 25 to 34, 62% have plans to observe the holiday. So the younger folks have more love, I guess, than the rest of us. Amid those who don't plan to observe Valentine's Day, some of them still said they plan to make purchases or arrange meetings with friends and family. So I thought it would be fun to do a little quiz with our stuffy gentleman in the studio today. So we are going to find out, what kind of Valentine are you guys?
Well, a darn good one. You know, I've always felt that the love that is...
Do we got Kelly on the phone?
So Brian's going to show the question, but I'm going to ask it to you, but so the people watching, I guess, can play along. What kind of movie, this is multiple choice, what kind of movie do you like to watch? A, anything with blood, guts, and gore.
And wait,
This
this
is
is on
Valentine's.
Valentine's Day, right? Okay.
Or this is just what kind of Valentine are you? So which movie
gotcha.
would you
Okay.
prefer? Blood, guts, and gore. B, something that will make me laugh and maybe cry at the end. Or C, ones with happy romantic endings. Or just happy endings.
Is there a none of the above?
Nope, you got to pick one of those.
Laugh and cry.
I'd do a war movie.
Laugh.
No, I'm just
laugh,
kidding.
Laugh or maybe cry at the end.
I would do a comedy, but I wouldn't want to cry at the end. I would do a straight comedy.
Well, that's not a choice.
Laugh or cry at the end.
I guess we'll cry at the end. Because
Okay, they both said B. Next question.
What's that make us?
You got to answer all the
Oh,
questions
okay,
to
then
find
we'll-
out.
then we'll find out.
Okay. So number 2, which of the following songs appeals to you most? A, At Last, My Love Has Come Along. I can't sing it. At Last. Okay, B, Love
think
Stinks.
I'm gonna be
I don't
sick.
know,
Love
how that
stinks.
one
Love
goes.
stinks.
Love
Love
stinks. Or
stinks.
C, Why Can't We Be Friends?
which of those 3 songs
Yeah,
do we like?
which of the 3 would you appeals to you most? At Last, Love Stinks, or Why Can't We Be Friends?
At last.
Yeah, I'd go with that.
All right. A is the answer. Question number 3. What are you going to eat on Valentine's Day? A, surf and turf. B, fancy French food. Or C, garlic, stinky cheese, and raw onions.
We have French bread and French dressing.
What was the first one?
Surf and turf.
Surf and turf.
I'll go surf and turf.
I'll say surf and turf.
Okay. A, perfect. Question number 4. Do you have a significant other?
Hang on. Long John Silver's has a surf and turf.
Surf and
Yeah,
turf.
that'll
Just
work.
checking.
There you
Hush
go.
puppy.
Okay. Do you have a significant other? A, I love my boo. B, it's complicated. Or C, screw that, being single rocks.
I love my boo, Kelly.
What
I will
moron
say
would
it.
say
I
anything
love my boo. Boo boo. Yeah, that would be
Of course.
bad
I
to
mean,
say.
what else are you going to
Okay.
say?
A is the answer on that one. Question number 5. What kind of Valentine cards did you give out in elementary school?
Ooh.
A, whatever cartoon was popular at the time. B, I didn't give out Valentine's cards. Or C, hearts, flowers, kisses, and the occasional unicorn.
What grade?
Elementary school.
Oh, those were those ones.
I would
with
say the first one.
Yeah, with the-
whatever's popular.
Whatever
like,
cartoon
Oh
is
no, I
popular.
did the crate paper where you had to cut it out and you wrote something on
You
there.
did?
So you did hearts, flowers, kisses, and
Wow.
unicorns?
Sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
I have a feminine side. Don't be a hater.
All right, I'm gonna do the tiebreaker, and we're gonna go with A, cartoon that was popular.
Yes.
Okay, very good, Jim. Wow, soft, sensitive side. Question number 6. What do red roses mean to you? A, romantic love and passion. B, a sweet gesture of love. Or C, thorns and a waste of money.
Is there D a detriment to my bank account?
That would be C,
'Cause
a waste of money.
They're
They're
expensive.
expensive. But I do like buying my wife roses.
What's A?
Romantic love and passion, or just a sweet gesture of love?
Sweet gesture of love.
I would say that.
Sweet gesture?
Yeah.
Okay. B. Question number 7. What's,
there's more.
There's more. There's plenty more. What's the most romantic gift you ever received? A, a 6-pack of tacos.
I have not gotten it, but that'd be good.
Yeah.
B, roses and a box of chocolates. Or C, every gift my sweetie gives me is more romantic
C.
than the last.
Yep, see.
Every gift
Every
she
gift
buys
she gives
me,
me.
Kelly.
You know,
thank
honestly,
There you go.
just when she walks through the door
Exactly.
is a gift. to my
Valentine's
heart.
Day
goodness.
is every day
There
in
you-
my
oh.
house.
It is. Every
Okay.
time she walks through the door, it is
Okay.
a gift to my heart.
All right.
And quit giving me the hurry up sign because I'm trying to profess my
Then
love.
question number 8 falls right in with what you're saying. What is is your romantic philosophy? A, you make me want to be a better man. B, we'll always have Paris. Or C, love is like a horse-drawn carriage ride. It seems romantic at first, but eventually you realize you're cold.
Wow. Who would say that?
Not somebody who wants
She
to-
makes me want to be a better man. Is that
What did you say B was? I always love
We'll
my
always
parents.
have Paris.
We'll always have parents.
Paris?
Paris!
Oh, Paris. I would say A. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
what else are you going to say?
Okay, good. A. Number 9, we're almost done. Who is Hollywood's ultimate leading man? Cary Grant, Chris Farley, or Tom Cruise?
Oh, that's Tom Cruise, easy. But actually, it's probably...
Chris Farley. No, Cary Grant.
Chris
I would
Farley.
say Cary Grant.
Well, you know who else I would say is John Travolta.
You think?
Yeah.
What?
He's not a choice, but
Probably
What is it? Cary Grant, Chris Farley, Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
Harrison Ford.
I like Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise.
I would go with Tom Cruise.
Oh, you both suck. Okay, see, Tom
Wait a
Cruise.
minute. What?
Why?
Cary Grant is Hollywood's ultimate leading man. Oh my gosh.
Lana,
Okay.
is that true? My mother-in-law.
But he
I know she's watching.
Yeah.
But he was always in black and white.
Okay, last question.
Last question.
And then we're going to find that Brian will tell us what kind of romantic you are. Which of the following sounds like the best Valentine's Day ever to you? A, sitting on the couch, eating popcorn and watching Curb Your Enthusiasm. B, dancing with my friends to a hip band. Or C, dining out and getting a hotel room for the night.
Dining out, getting a hotel room
C.
for the night.
Yep.
All right,
for
Brian,
sure.
how'd our guys do? You're going to have to read it to us.
No, I can't see that from here.
You're a lighthearted Valentine.
Oh,
Lighthearted.
You're
What- what is- what- I
lighthearted.
don't- what is
so
that?
you fall in the middle.
Oh.
Read it. Can you read the whole thing, Brian?
Yeah, please, by all means.
You treat the day as if it should be treated. You are a lover of who stresses openness and honesty.
Oh,
Thank
isn't
you.
that sweet?
That's
All right.
me.
I'm touched.
Good job, guys. You
Okay.
did better than I thought.
You know what's hard about it? It's on a Wednesday, right?
Yes.
So
Why-
we always
why-
do. We always do
And-
the weekend though. We wouldn't go out on the day. We would try to
Yeah.
celebrate it
Oh,
on the weekend.
we absolutely would.
You would go out on Wednesday.
Every day is a Valentine's Day at our
Well, I know.
house.
I
And that's
said
when the
that.
Super Bowl parade will be too. So it'll mess everybody's
Yeah.
Valentine's plans up.
That's true.
What a
Actually,
gift.
I did
What a
hear
gift to
What a
give.
gift.
little inside information. It may not be on Wednesday. It may be on Thursday.
Everybody's
go.
saying it's Wednesday.
Well, everybody
better
may
go
be
to break.
wrong. You know, love is a. Final thoughts are up next. Stay with it.
Explore a place to visit. Explore knowledge. Explore fun. Explore relaxation. Explore adventure. Explore a hometown. Explore Kearney, Missouri.
And welcome back. It's time for our final thoughts, and we start with Lynn.
I just wanted to make sure. Is that? I'm sorry.
Oh,
No. You're good. That's actually 2 weeks away. In 2 weeks, Kearney is going to have an opportunity for you guys, the community, and I
Yes.
encourage everyone to come because this guy's phenomenal.
Yes.
Russ
Russ Tuttle.
Tuttle is going to be at the Kearney School, and he's going to be doing a stop trafficking project. He's going to be talking about human trafficking, sex trafficking. I'm sorry. I thought it was this Monday. It's on the 19th from 6 to 7:30 at Kearney High School. I encourage you to go.
Yeah.
Since we have time, I would love to see. I've been posting this on my social media. Please repost it. We need to fight this, and I think this is a great opportunity.
Absolutely.
Sorry about
Great
that
idea.
mix-up, but
These kids today.
I know. Love stinks.
We talked a little bit about this. We talked a little bit about the Super Bowl. If you have not seen them, remember that the Super Bowl commercials used to be the highlight of the Super Bowl. Now, in all fairness, the Super Bowl game used to be terrible. Lately, over the last few years, the Super Bowl game has actually been very good. The commercials are now terrible. I have seen most of the new commercials, and I'm here to tell you this year is going to be no different. They're just not good. I watched most all
That's
of them.
disappointing.
This is the best one I found.
There's nothing better than a Subway Series footlong, except when you add a new footlong sidekick, like the boss with a new footlong cookie. This might be my favorite sidekick ever. What?
Every epic footlong deserves a perfect sidekick.
Now, a lot of you have already seen that
Poor
commercial
Ma'Otto.
because it's already been out there. But honestly, I watched a whole bunch of the ones that were on for 24. There are a few I haven't seen because they're holding them back. But
Yeah, but I heard they even showed the one with Ross from Friends walking, and he sees another Friends cast and says, "Hey, do I know you from somewhere?"
Oh,
so I don't
so
know.
that yeah,
so
that one
there's
that one
ones
was
that
not
haven't been
there.
shown.
But I will
Okay.
tell you of the new ones that were released.
They're bad.
That was kind of the highlight, and that's
Oh wow, that's been
that's
playing.
funny to us, and it's been playing.
Right,
and
right.
then there's the other one with those two guys where he says it's dependable or something, and the guy says not cool. But anyway, when the commercials come on for the Super Bowl, just hit the bathroom. Stacey?
Well, I have a scary moment to share with you. I am often asked as a police officer's wife, aren't I constantly worried? And I'm not until this incident happened.
Let's go. We'll just start clearing room by room. Oh, it's right there. It's a squirrel. They can disregard. I just saw it. Tony, now you can disregard the help. We got a squirrel in the house.
So the officer screaming like a girl was my husband. Because the squirrel ran at him, ran up his leg, jumped off from his belly, and ran the opposite direction. So he's been having so much fun with this video, and the Liberty Police Department has now put it out on social media, and it is getting lots of attention.
That's good.
I just thought you would enjoy it. The light side of
The
police work.
lighter side is, could you imagine if he'd have shot it or shot at it?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
there'd be holes in the floor
Oh,
and
my.
everything else. But yeah, that was actually pretty good.
Goodness.
Anyway, that's all the time we have today. Thanks for joining us on Kearney Live. Make sure you join us next week when we talk about that great Chiefs win.
Woo!
Go Chiefs. See ya.
Go. We'll just start clearing room by room.